Finally, it's time for Local 4 here. It's a set that I've been the most excited about since the last, 5 or 6 sets of Will Dress. Each of the sets have had some sort of interesting card or two that I kind of like, but the rest, maybe not so much. Whereas I think I just about love everything about this set. They even got the little frickin' house here, haunted house on top of the box. That's so cute. Let's jump right into it. So, opening up the box, we continue the tradition of having some box toppers. Ironically, they didn't update this for Will Dress Season 3, but I guess it kind of makes sense because in Japan, this was still airing, but now it is no longer airing, and instead we're in the Divines anime. But anyways, we got ourselves some box toppers. These are fine box toppers. When it comes to lyrical, there obviously could have been a couple of stronger choices, but we can do alright with the choices that we have here. We got ourselves Meredith, who's the one that says on hit, look at top 7, I think it is, for an order. And then we got the Looking Up Pranks Azimi here, who was a promo, so that's somewhat appreciated that she got reprinted as well. And I'm a big fan of these like full art cards, especially when they come in foil. I think those really look nice, so sure, why not? But we got ourselves here the packs. The one thing I do not like, or I feel is a bit of a wasted opportunity, is that they could very easily put each of the girls on the pack designs, but instead they all look the same, which is kind of lame. But this set introduces, these 3 new lyrical girls here, or I guess more clearly here, and we also got ourselves the dress-up versions of Fortia and Herminia that you can see here. And the deck, or I should say the set itself, is themed around Halloween, which, it makes it's a little bit better than last year when we got sets 3 for lyrical and it was themed around summer, and it is winter when we get it. But Halloween wasn't that long ago, and January is kind of creepy, so fine. Good enough. But yeah, let's open these. So right off the bat, we've got ourselves prepared for Heat Sienna here. This is one of the new ride lines that is introduced in this set. This one is the sort of Gorgon girl, whose ride line is actually possibly something that you'll see in a lot of other lyrical decks. So this has the first skill here that at the end of the battle that unit was attacked by a rear guard. If no cards were put on Guardian Circle of this battle, your opponent chooses a card from their hand and discards it. Or if they don't discard, they must bind that rearguard that attacked. So you can actually use this in some of the other lyrical decks just for that first skill to stop your opponent from rushing you, which is kind of cool. And then when you ride the grade 3, you choose a either trigger or a blitz order from your drop and add it to your hand. So she is a more sort of defensive deck that focuses on kind of on using blitz orders and trying to bind your opponent's cards as well as maybe make them discard. It's a very interesting deck that I wanted to take a deeper dive into once I get all my pieces here. And of course, everything is Halloween themed, so we got all these really cool cards here. And we've even got ourselves encounters. As you can see here, Prison makes a return here. And this is the grade 1 for Prison. And we got ourselves a lot of other cards that are new to this set, such as the I think it's like Lip Sisters in French or something like that, but the Lèvres Sœurs here, which is probably the strongest deck or the most meta-relevant, according to most people, deck that is in this set. And we've got the grade 1 for that here. We've got this grade 3 that I really like because she's really cute, but it is just for what the Lip Sisters, but Charmant is what it's called. And we got ourselves, ooh man, this card looks so good in LSR. I really hope to pull that, but this is the One Night Witch Stegra. We're gonna get the triple rare for the box first here. So this has the skill that when this unit is placed on rear, if it was placed other than by a card ability and you played a normal order this turn, you Soul Blast 1. Look at the top 5 cards, call up to something with grade less than or equal to your Vanguard, and then shuffle your deck. Or choose a normal order and add it to your hand. Then it also says that when it attacks a grade 3 or greater unit, If this unit was placed this turn, you can counterblast 1, draw 1, and she gets 10k at the end of the turn. So it's the same as the other generics that we've gotten in set 11. Lyrical is kind of playing catch up, so she's getting the nation itself is getting all of the generics that were given to all the other nations, all in this one booster. I love this girl's color scheme, so it's really nice that she's going to be a deck that I might play, because we got ourselves also Pacifica coming back as an encounter as well. I don't know if I'm going to play Pacifica. I'll probably build it and see how I like it, but I'm definitely more excited to play Prisms instead. We got ourselves a cute little cat girl here. We got ourselves the grade 0 for, I think it's Prisms to be honest, but she's really cute because she's got a little cat. I don't know if that's a real cat or some sort of false cat, but she's, you know, cat, which is great. Got ourselves the grade 1 for Sienna, which does the same thing as the grade 2. We got ourselves some more Pacifica support here, and we're going to get ourselves the Lèvres says, or whatever the hell, but this is Charmot here. This was the deck that, or at least the card art, when they originally revealed the 3 new decks for this set. This was the one that I like pegged that I like, alright, I'm really gonna like this. They got like Dark Magician Girl or whatever the hell. Really liked her a lot. So she's the one that I kind of put all my chips in and I got all the stuff for, and thankfully she ended up being the strongest of the 3. So she has here 2 skills. Act on Vanguard Circle once per turn, counterblast 1, choose up to 2 grade 2 or less cards with the archetype name in their card name from your soul, call them to rear, and this unit gets 5k. Then it says, when its unit attacks while not boosted, choose 3 of your grade 2 or less regards with the archetype name in different card names, so different ones, and then increase or decrease their attack to match this unit's attack until the end of the turn. So if this unit's attack is, let's say, 28, you make all those other units get power until they have 28. Then, if this unit's power is 33 or greater, and your opponent's grade 3 or greater, you Soul Blast 2 until the end of the turn. The rear guard in the back row center column chosen by this ability can attack from the back row and perform drive checks. So essentially you just want to have, you know, 3 cards here in the triangle formation that have different that have this archetype name. Choose them, get her power up to 33, so it's kind of Dimension Police like, and then everyone gets that power, and you get the one in the back row to get drive checks. Very, very strong. And we're gonna get our first FR here. Ooh, in the Sturdy Sweets Samuel, who is actually a PG and looks really nice. Cool. Sorry, I opened it. All eyes on me, Truss. She is so cute. So damn cute. I really love her hair. Got the grade 1 yet again. We got the cat girl again. We got the starter again. We got the grade 1 again. Whoops. We got this card that kind of pisses the hell off of me. We got Night Illuminating Night Caparat here. So this is support for Medial. So this says on place, if you have Medial, Counterblast, Soul Blast, choose a card from your drop less than or equal to your Vanguard and call it. Which, for any other deck, would have been amazing. But Medial uses so much Counterblast and Soul Blast that the entirety of the deck is built around either reducing her cost of Counterblast or just filling up your cards with Soul, that the fact that they gave you a card that does both of these things absolutely baffles me, as the cost, I should say. But we got ourselves our first double R, I believe, Starry Witch Crozana here. So this says, when this unit attacks a grade 3 or greater, you can put this into you put a card from your hand to soul, look at the top 2, choose a card from among them and put 1 into your hand and put the rest on the bottom of your deck. So it's a nice little generic card, and she's also adorable as heck. Next up, we've got Hop Step Fennel here, one of my favorite starters, to be honest. If I wasn't such a big fan of the actual starters for each of the ride lines that I use, I would end up using this a lot. We got ourselves, oh yeah, we got a couple of these cards. I think it was in set 10 or something like that, where it was like Counterblast, or like if you boost, so like Zargon type of stuff. So I guess it was set 9. But this one says here, pretty interestingly, that when it boosts, it gives that unit the ability that when it hits a Vanguard, you discard, choose another unit from your hand with greater than or equal to your Vanguard and call it to open rear. So this just extends an extra attack. That's pretty insane. We got the grade 0 here for Sienna. Very nice. And we're gonna get ourselves a rare here, which is actually for Assassis, for Kyrie, which is kind of cool.
Wow.
And then we're gonna get ourselves a double rare here for Tia. I believe this one's really strong. This is Crystal of Special Emotions, Bellyanne. So this has the friend text, so if something is the same column as it, they both become friends. Each of them is friends. Then in the front row rear, during your turn, if you have 3 or more other friends, all of your vanguards with Thea in their card name get plus 5k power. And if your opponent is grade 3 or greater, this gets, gives out, or no, she gets 10k power. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, we got the grade 2 for Fennel here. I really like it because the sunflowers make it look pretty. Fennel is another one of the new cards, the new ride lines in this set. She's sort of like Gravidia, to give you a quick comparison, because she focuses on having specific orders called Trick and Treat, and you can play 16 of them, I think, in your deck, and I think they say that you can play 3 of them in a turn, so it's either the Vanguard says that or the card says that, which is kind of cool. Probably the Vanguard says that, because otherwise that might be a little bit broken. This card looks really nice. So this is, if you played a Blitz order, she gets 10k power, but she's 9k base. You can actually use her maybe in Sienna. I'm probably going to find a way to use her because I think she's really cute. This is one of those ones where it's like if you boost and both are grade 3 or greater, both Vanguards, you can Soul Blast. This gets 10k. This is the grade 1 for Fennel here in her lingerie, I guess. That's kind of odd, to be honest. Oh, we're gonna get ourselves the Overtrigger here, Demonic Fever Garvira. So this is one of the reprints in this set, which is, pretty cool. And the Overtrigger for this nation should be reprinted a couple of times, just because, there's so many of them. Not so many Overtriggers, but so many decks in Lyrical, so it'd be nice to have the Overtrigger. I have access to that Overtrigger. And our last card here, sorry, that tried to jump out of my hands, is going to be this rare little Dragonoid girl. Okay. Oh, this girl always confuses me, because I'm not sure if she's supposed to have, like, a goatee, or if that's, like, part of her costume, or maybe it's, like, a dragon thing, or maybe it's, some sort of, beauty mark or something. But this is Michu support here. When she boosts Michu specifically, you can soul charge and she gets 5k. That's fine. Ooh, yeah, boy. You can't really notice it, but this is a Herminia mat, which is actually custom art from the artist whose name I don't remember, so it'll be somewhere on screen now. But there was a lyrical tournament that I was a part of, not competing actually, but actually judging. And, the organizers and the winners got ourselves a mat, which looks really nice. But this is the Dress Up Herminia, Enduring Beauty Herminia, dressed up as a mummy. So this has the Dress Up keyword, where it counts as the original Herminia in the fight. So you can play multiple of these in your deck. Then it says, during the battle phase, if your damage zone has 3 or more face down cards, the cost of all of the auto abilities of your front row rear guards with the powerful ability is reduced to Counterblast 1. So if it says Counterblast 1, then it's just free. If it's Counterblast 2, it's just Counterblast 1. Then this has the powerful keyword, and it says if your Persona roll this turn, this cost can be paid by Counterblast 1. But if you attack, or at the end of the battle this attacks, you don't have any cards in your soul, you can discard a Herminia or Counterblast 1 if you Persona Road and restand all of your front row rear guards with the powerful ability. So you can very easily get 5 attacks. Before this was 4 attacks, now it's 5. Very, very strong deck that I will 100% be building from the start. We got the Unseeable Exterior here. So this is that Blitz order that has some sort of an archetype or in-nation requirement, and then if your opponent placed their Vanguard by an ability, that you get double the shield value. This is the grade 0 for Shamwat here. We got Fennel again, we got some Prism card, we got this cute girl. Wow. We got ourselves a double rare here in the Revival Ocean Solange. I love her little ghost thing. Her little, oh my god, is that like a fish who's like a cat? Ugh, a mermaid cat? Ugh, I love it so much. And this one's a ghost mermaid cat? Oh my gosh. When this unit is placed on mirror, Counterblast 1, look at the top 7 cards of your deck and choose up to 1 Pacifica from among them. Reveal it, put it to your hand, if not, counter charge. Then when your other unit attacks from the back row center, this unit gets 5k power. We're gonna get ourselves a FR here. A Magician's Work Colby. So when this is placed on rear, if you have a grade 3 or greater Lip Sister in its card name, Counterblast 1, choose one of your Vanguards and it gets 5k power. And if it's 23 or greater, you draw a card, which can happen extremely easy. It is Counterblast 2 to do this, but you know, between this skill and the Vanguard skill, you can very easily get it 10k, so it'll very easily be 23 to draw a card. Cool. It's been a long time since I've actually been able to open up a set and actually like the cards that are in it. I've tried really hard to not spoil myself in terms of what in, God, she's so cute, what is in this set. But it did come out a long time ago in Japan. Revered one Milagros here. Milagros. When this unit is placed on rear, if you have a Vanguard or meet you in its card name, put this card into soul. Choose a Cannonball card from your drop, put it into your hand, and if your damage zone has 3 or more face down cards, and you did not countercharge one. I feel like you could have removed the 3 or more, but fine. Then if a Cannonball was put into your order zone, from order zone to drop this turn, it gets 10k power. Pretty good. And then we got ourselves a triple wear. Triple wear, double whammy. So this is Prank Explorer Crispina here. When this unit is placed on rear, Counterblast 1, search your deck for or drop for up to 1 trick or treat, reveal it, put it to your hand, and if you search your deck, shuffle your deck. During your turn, if your drop has 3 or more trick or treats, this gets plus 5k power. Sounds decent enough. Oh, this girl, I just realized she has a little cat with a hat. Sorry, I feel like I've gotten 100 of this finals, and thankfully we've got 100 of these. I've been considering getting into shadow boxing, which is, I think that's what they call it, where, maybe that, no, I might be thinking of actual shadow boxing, but I forgot what they call it, but it's something like that. Anyways, it's most known in Pokemon, where you like cut out the frames and like take several copies of the card and cut out to make like the layers, so it's like 3D version of the card. I might want to do this with this card. Anyways, sorry about that. I was gonna say I haven't seen a lot of the triggers because there's actually new trigger units in this set, and I haven't seen a single one. This girl is pretty cool looking also. She also has friends, and then when you boost a grade 3 or greater, if you have 14 and 5 or more friends, you Soul Blast 2 and your opponent cannot Sentinel for the attack that she boosts, which is pretty good. Got the grade 0 for Sienna here yet again. I'm not a big fan of this girl. I go half and half when it comes to like the mermaid stuff. I was really happy when they switched into lyrical and everyone was in schoolgirls and they had legs, and I was like, oh thank god, no more mermaids. And then they just did schoolgirls for like a million cards, and I was just like, all right, never mind, give me back the mermaids at least. There we go, we finally got one of the new critical triggers here, which is nice. This one looks pretty cool. We got ourselves our first trick or treat. I'm sorry, trick and treat. So you can have up to 16 in a deck, and then you could only play this if you have Fennel. You can perform one of the following according to the number of times you played an order with the same card name as this turn. So it says you choose one of your rear guards and you may put them on the bottom of your deck, and if you did, you draw one. You can draw a card and countercharge one, and then you can choose a grade 3 or less from your drop and call it to rear. So it's really good with that grade 3 from set 1, that if you call it outside of the ghost, if you call it from outside from a hand, she gets guard restrict. Because I think Fennel actually gives her a crit, so it's a pretty good combination there. And then we have Love Thy Cat Lysine here, who has even more cats. I'm a dog person, but the cats are so damn cute. And we're gonna get ourselves the normal non-FR version of the PG there. We're gonna get ourselves the Bubble Soap Garden that says Counterblast 1 if you have a whole board, draw up 2, which is kind of funny. I have a whole ass board, but okay, whatever. This is Trick and Treat again. There's actually 2 different arts for it. They're the same name, but combined you can only have 16 of them, but it has the same exact effect. We have this really cool normal order here that says choose one of your rear guards, and then it gets the ability that until at the end of the turn you bounce it back to your hand. And it's that order package that they got in set 11, where there's a grade 1 that lets you counterblast and search this, and then when this is in your hand you can discard at the end of your turn to bring it back to your hand, which is pretty cool. We got the furry front here, which some people are happy about. We got the really cute draw trigger here that unfortunately probably might see play in Sienna, because he's the deck that most people keep saying to use like a bunch of draws. But got ourselves the fancy spell Taijet here. I feel like that's maybe the name of another card. So in the back row, if another rear guard in the same column as this unit stands by an effect, and you have Lornor, you can send her. Cool. Got a cool white wings girl. I feel like we got that double hit, and we haven't seen any hits since then. This is the grade 2 actually for Pacifica. This is a Sienna support. She's really cute as well. This is Lip Sisters. This is grade 2. This is Prison, the ride line. This is Power Support. She's pretty cool because she says if you have a whole board basically with Powerful, you can return all the rear guards in the same column as is to your hand, which is pretty cool because it gives you some protection for your units since you need them really badly for the deck to work. So that's kind of nice. The having to have a whole board kind of sucks, but then it also says that it gets 5k shield, so that's pretty nice. It bounces back to hand and you can guard with it. Yeah, honestly, I've never had an opening where so many of the cards, so many of the high rarity or whatever, are locked into the early packs like this. We got the starter for, I believe, Prisons or Pacifica, one of the two, honestly. It's kind of hard to tell. We got some more Pacifica support here, and this is actually Lutetia support. I'm actually pretty excited to try out. I don't know about this one specifically. And we got ourselves a Garu here, who looks really cool. I kind of like her effect. I wish it was a little bit more useful, and I wish she just got more power considering how, you know, this requirement. Like, Boucheron has for some reason thought that this was like a crazy easy requirement to do, but it says if your right deck has a face-up card with the same card name as your Vanguard, this gets 10k power. But like, this is only possible on turn 4. This should have at least been, even if this was like 20k, it wouldn't have been that insane because of the fact that it happens so late. We got the grade 2 here for Prisons. We got ourselves that boosting girl, got ourselves the wolf girl, we got ourselves some interesting little generic here that says if you have 3 or more grade 2 or greater rear guards, this gets plus 10k shield. So this might actually be a Lifia support. And we got ourselves a triple rare here. So this says rousing vocal Luisan. At the end of the battle that's unit boosted, retire this, choose 2 Pacificas from your drop, return them to your deck and shuffle, and then if you did 2, you counter charge. Interesting. This is the card I think that I was talking about. No, this is actually pretty different. If your opponent has, oh no, this is Sienna support. If your opponent has no front or rear guards, counter blast 1, put this to soul to get a blitz order and put it to your hand. I don't know if that'll actually see play per se, but it's kind of nice to have. Then we got ourselves, I think that this is Hazard support, another furry character. And then we got ourselves, oh yes! Possibly our last triple here is going to be the Prism Promise Labrador. Let's go. So this is one of the encounter cards, which is why it has the encounter frame. This has 2 skills. Act on Vanguard once per turn, Soul Blast 1. Choose one of your rear guards, return it to your hand, and in this unit gets 5k power. Then it says when this unit attacks, you can counter blast 1. Choose up to 2 units with Prism in their card name from your hand, call them to open rear. And if you called a card, draw 1. And if your opponent's grade 3 or greater, all of your front row units gets, it does say unit, yeah. Units get 5k power, and then this gets a crit. So this is actually a pretty solid deck. I haven't actually played it at all, but it's been doing pretty good in Japan. So I'm very excited to try this out now that it's in English. And unfortunately, we've come to the last pack. This is, like I've said, if it hasn't been apparent, this has been such a blast to open just to get to look at all the card arts. It just reminds me of the Shadowverse horse girl set, which might just be because of the girl thing, but honestly, even just normal Shadowverse packs or boxes are really fun to open just to see all the card arts and just to see all the cards and not have to read the Dragon Tree marker or get 5k or something dumb. So it's nice to see that we're finally getting away from that. It's nice that Lyrical didn't succumb to the evil of Griffogillia or whatever the hell. So that's pretty nice. This ghost is pretty cute because it's like I don't know what's going on there. It looks like a sock or a candy cane. I don't get it, bro. This is Kyoka support, and I accidentally spoiled it a little bit. But our last, I think, double rare is going to be the Haunted Spot Idistana here, who says, when this is placed on rare during your main phase, if you play 3 or more orders this turn, so blast 1, choose a normal unit with a different card name from this unit from your drop and call it to rear. Then it says, when this attacks hits a Vanguard, search your deck for up to 1 trick or treat, reveal it, put it to your hand, and shuffle your deck. So you can actually play this early game. You can technically play this in any deck if you wanted to for the deck thing. But yeah, that is going to do it for the Lyrical Set 4. I will definitely be doing a lot of lyrical content coming on the channel, because it is the last main set that we're actually getting. Unless you count the triple booster. It's the last set we're getting until Divines, and I also am super hyped for all of these decks. And I also got myself a case, so I will definitely have access to all the cards. But in any case, till next time, take care of yourselves and each other, play Vanguard, and have yourselves a damn good one.